Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing the last review for Bitten. Yes, we are up to Season 3, Episode 10, and this is the series finale of Bitten. And before I start my review, I just want to thank the cast and crew for making this show. It's been an amazing ride, and it's a really good under-the-radar show. So if you guys have not seen Bitten, go check out Netflix. I think for the US there's Season 1 and Season 2 is on Netflix, and hopefully Season 3 will be on Netflix very soon. Also, just want to thank the crew for sharing my videos and my reviews and always supporting them and always having nice things to say. And I want to especially thank Will and Dagan for always saying nice things and retweeting and favoriting. So I just wanted to thank them, and let's start out this review. Let's start talking about Bitten. So with this episode, we get to see the final battle between the Russians and Elena'S pack. There's definitely not a lot of people fighting in this war because a lot of Elena'S pack members, or at least not the main characters, but the outer pack members who are loyal to Elena, die in this episode, just to show that there are people that are loyal to her and as her being the new alpha. But then there's also has to be the plan of how to save Jeremy, and that's most of the episode, trying to save Jeremy. And by the end, it's Clay and Elena's brother who is able to save Jeremy, but Jeremy does lose an eye, which I was like, whoa, didn't expect that to happen. And Nick and Rachel have their own story going on in this episode. Seems like they end up together, which I kind of wanted some closure between Paige and Nick in this episode, but obviously not enough time. But it seems like they kind of paired up, Rachel and Nick, which made sense within this season. They definitely were growing closer. And we actually get to see Rachel use her witch powers a bit in this episode. So you get to know that she's part of a coven, and she understands that she'll be part of this world forever, and she's getting used to being a witch. She's okay with it now, so they kind of closed the book on her story also, and she's included, which was great because she is a character from Season 1 who was a human and turned out to be a supernatural character, and I've really grown to like Rachel throughout the 3 seasons. And it's nice to see Nick happy because, you know, especially after seeing his family life and his more depressing story in Season 2, it was nice to see that he had a happy ending. So by the end, the big reveal of the episode, which they kind of deal with the last 20-15 minutes, is Sasha, Elena's father, reveals to the world that werewolves exist. And you think, oh, is this Sasha's idea or what's going on? But what was nice is that you get to see the conversation between Elena and Sasha throughout, again, the last 20 minutes, and see that it was part of Elena's plan. And this whole entire vision she's been having is burning down the secrets. And Elena wanted the world to know about werewolves because that was the only way to defeat the Russian pack. And they do. In the end, they have their happily ever after for the most part. And it's interesting to see Jeremy, like, being kind of this superhero type character with the eye patch and, like, trying to listen to the police radio, and you hear more about how society takes werewolves. Another thing I really appreciated in this episode was seeing the people accept werewolves and people not accept werewolves, but not a cheesy way or a way that we've seen before. It wasn't like the X-Men way where it's like everyone hates mutants. It was that we had one of the guards, one of the police officers shoot Sasha. Sasha dies in the end. And you have Paige saying, don't worry, your son and daughter would appreciate this. But it's the mayor, the one who is in power, who you think, because if you read, comics, or you're into this genre, it's always the person in power who is against the werewolf or whatever the genre character is. So it was nice that it was the mayor who took his hand and trusted the werewolf and trusted Sasha. And then that's when the police officer, or well, I don't know if it was a police officer, maybe just like a security guard, shot Sasha, and Sasha ends up dying. But yeah, so you get to see that it seems like people are accepting werewolves for the most part, but you don't obviously see the inner dynamics of that social change because there wasn't enough time to tell that story. But I really liked this episode because for a series finale, I always look for the overall story of the series to close. Now, some series finales don't do that, but this really closed the show very well and closed a lot of the themes well. Going into the premonition. You know, that whole time I'm like, what does this mean? Is Elena betraying her pack? But really, it was to protect her pack. And the house was representing secrets and their past lives. And now burning down the house, burning down their secrets, they were able to move on and be werewolves, be these people, but not live in rules anymore. And that was a big theme in season 3 about the rules of werewolves and why do we have to do this anymore. Another big theme throughout the 3 seasons were innocent people dying. We had Philip, who died in season 1. We had, and now finally the death of Elena'S sister makes sense, that all these people died in sake for the secret in different ways. Elena told Philip that she was a werewolf, and he ended up dying because of it. We have Elena'S sister who knew the secret throughout her whole life and died because of it. Or we had the sheriff who just finds out and Jeremy had to kill the sheriff. So there's all these different deaths that happened in the show, and then you finally get to this end and saying, I am done with the death. I'm done with us being separated from the world. And that is the big theme of season 1. Elena did not know how to balance her life of being a human and being a werewolf. And now she finally, with the secret out, she's like, I'm both, and I'm allowed to be both, and I'm done with these secrets, and I want to be myself, and I want to be who I am and be happy. And now you get to see Clay and Elena just kind of living their solitary life, but in a good way. They want to live that life, and they have a beautiful home, you know, and they're living together. And, you know, of course I would love to see a season 4, but I think this was a perfect finale for Bitten. Again, closing up a lot of loose ends with the show. It was a good finale just for season 3, but it really showed the themes of the whole show very well. And I thought this was a perfect ending for Bitten and really enjoyed the episode. And again, I'm going to miss doing these Bitten reviews, so thank you guys for you that did watch the reviews, for sticking around and listening to my opinion. And again, just wanted to thank the cast and crew for making an awesome show. Now it's a very different type of werewolf show, and I really do respect that as someone who really enjoys the werewolf genre. So thank you guys. This is Comic Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Don't forget to like my Facebook page. Also, description below, there are links for my comic book, Like Father, Like Daughter. And don't forget to like the Facebook page of Like Father, Like Daughter. I'll see you guys later. Bye.